Hi everyone, and welcome to another daily creative coding video. We're continuing along with Hydra, going through this digression through the visual arts before we return back to title. Now, what I want to do is start to play with some more advanced ideas. So, the way I understand it is the you can basically have multiple outs for the patterns you make. And you can display multiple ones on the screen at once. But by default, it's just the zeroth that's displayed. So, right here, let me just clear things completely so there's no, it's nothing at all that can be rendered here. Now, so what we're going to do is, so if we say, let's say sheep 5 dot rotate 0 and negative 0.1, and then let's say that's out. Let's say that goes to 0, 1. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, we don't see anything for that. Okay, but if we were to say source 1 dot out 0, okay, then we see the shape. Now, what this, of course, allows us to do is to do things like, let's pixelate 10 by 10, because we can. Okay. And then what we can do is we can, do something like modulating by the other stream. Let me make it a little more interesting. And I can, let me see, hue. That. Yeah, okay. So let's also do, see what happens if I do that. Okay. Now, then, but we can also do other things too, right? So let's try, do gradient out 2. Let's do like blend. Let's see. Okay, so let's just make sure that runs. Okay, that does. So then, actually, let's see what happens if we instead modulate by 2 there. Cool. We can kind of see that that's working. Mostly because of the kind of waviness of it. We know it has to be doing something. Okay. Yeah, cool. All right, so we're kind of making that shape start to flap in the breeze. Try something else a little weird for a second. I don't actually know if this will work right. I'm still having to kind of try a lot of this stuff by hand and see if I can figure it out, because it is fair bit of it that I find, you know, you learn experientially with this kind of thing, right? Okay, now next, all right, let's do something a little more like, let's do like a div here. No, an add. Let's do an add with OSC 10 negative 0.1, 0.2. Okay, and let's see what the heck happens. Okay. And so that's cool. Cool. That is just sort of like, okay, added on top of there. And if we wanted to be, now what we could do is we could start trying to mind flood ourselves here a little bit. And let's see, div, no, let's do it here at the end. Div of source 0. Let's see what that does. Well, it's definitely doing something to the shape. Let's even be weird and put that inside. There's mold might blow us out, so, but let's just try it anyway. Oh, no, actually, molt looks kind of awesome. Hey, why don't you check that out? That's kind of fun. I'm going to start over in a second here, but I'm going to save the code snippets for later. So you'll have to excuse me for a moment. There. I'm trying to be good and make sure I save things that I actually like. Okay. So let's stop that again, and then let's go with let's do something that seems a little insane-y. Actually, time modulo should just give me what I want, I think. And, sorry, I think I was talking a bit quiet there. The modulo should give us what we want. And so then let's make the speed be, make sure it doesn't go like too fast or too slow. Okay, and then we can do like 0.4, and then hue of 0.3, and then dot out. Let's just send it to 0 first to see how it looks. Okay. Ooh. It's a little bit of an epilepsy warning. That was unintentional. So let's instead, let's slow all of this business down. Okay. I keep being confused why the time is just so rough. Here, let's also do that and see if that helps. speed really slow. Okay, so the flashing is actually coming from this here. Okay. It's just changing way too quickly. That flashing is just rough. I'm thinking it would actually be better if we just did something like... Okay. Let's do Skrillex 0, negative 0.2. Let's see what happens if we do this. Okay, so we kind of have these differing scroll lines here. Now, what should I try? And then let's take all of this and then mask it by paranoid, just the default. Okay. Okay. That is actually sort of cool again. Gonna make the slightly chunkier. Okay, now the scroll thing, now we've sort of connected it to something else, actually gives us almost a weird sort of, when it's going fast, almost reminds me of the effect of, what are those called? The really old-fashioned wheels that have the, it's a bunch of individual frames, and then you spin it fast enough, you can look through the slit of it, and then it looks like motion. It kind of starts to look like that effect after a while, and that's kind of cool. So go ahead and save that, but put a note that it's a little rough in terms of flashing lights. Then after that, what else can we do? Well, I suppose one thing I haven't tried is modulating this by. Okay, so I do kind of like the way that looks, but actually let's try this instead. Let's do something like that. And okay, let's see what this does. Ah, okay, so now that's actually what I was hoping for, is that putting the scroll means it almost, you have this other sort of smooth cell shape that's gliding over and basically almost acting like magnifiers on top of it. Now, actually, what if I can do something like mask of shape for, so we can make it like a big, like being like a square, like isolated to like a square. Well, I don't know if this will work right, but oh my gosh, it did exactly that. Check that out. We now have this square that's almost acting like a magnifier as it scrolls over. Okay, that's kind of great, actually. Does this modulate take a second argument? I can never remember which ones take second arguments. Okay. So I think it does. I think it takes an argument based off of how much of a multiplier it should be. Oh, yep. Okay, so now, yep, you can see it. It's like this magnifying glass scrolling over things. And that is kind of cool. Now, let's see if I can make this also do something a little weird. Yep, okay. That does actually work. Check that out. Now we've got our little shape going diagonally through. How fun is that? Now, let's make it magnify even more, so it's like a really egregious effect. Now let's also see if we can, I don't know if there's a way to also make the part that's in the square have a different color. Like, that would be cool. But I don't know if we can do that with modulate scale. Could do it with, Although now I want to try out modulate collide and say see if it does doing this does like a kaleidoscope within a moving thing. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty great. Doesn't localize it in like the same way as the scale did, but man, though, check that part out. That's actually really fun. So, let me see. Yeah, we've been going for about 20 minutes, so that's about where I want to end things. But I hope this was useful if you have any interest in Hydra, and if you didn't before, that it's at least piques your interest a little bit. And see you in tomorrow's creative coding video.